All right, we'll kick it off with Mike.
Hey, Brad. Good morning.
Morning,
I think
Mike.
it's morning, right? Yeah. Hey, Brad. From a mentorship standpoint, what have you seen from David Moore and Adam Thielen as you guys kind of get these young wide receivers in a spot to develop?
Yeah, it's a cool combination with them. Demo, David Moore, he's got experience with me and Dave as far as like how we've coached the position. He was in my position room running our offense. He was with Dave previous, there was his earlier years when Dave was actually his position coach. So he's got a number of years of experience of what we kind of expect from the position and the details of how we like to set things up, but also that gives him a gateway into the quarterback room. And, hey, this is what Dave is preaching to those guys, his expectations of receivers that he's projecting to Bryce. And Demo can, echo those sentiments into the receiver room. So that's invaluable. And he knows that, he spent a year with me last year and how I'm kind of echoing the same points, when I was coaching receivers. So he can kind of relay that to the guys. And, he picks things up really quick, allowing him to play multiple spots. And he shows that value to the other guys of like, hey, the more you conceptually learn and figure these things out that, we're trying to get done as an offense, then the more valuable you are to play multiple spots. And then when you have Thielen, he's run a lot of the concepts and stuff that we've been putting in, and he's got his own flair and flavor. And there's a constant communication between us as coaches and him on how he's accomplished these routes and these types of schemes in the past. So that dialogue too is a really cool one for all of us to kind of lean on his experience and his ability to get open with a lot of these concepts. And then I think the younger players see that too, and they see, hey, this isn't a rigid system. This is we're trying to do the best thing to get you guys open, and there's multiple ways to do that depending on who the athlete is. So having those two guys and their experience with both us schematically, but then also just around the league in general with familiar themes and familiar schemes is really valuable to that room.
And then if I could follow up with like a off the beaten path kind of type of question, we're like a week away from Thanksgiving. This has been a pretty whirlwind, 2 years for you, and your growth and on and off the field. I was just curious, what are you thankful for as you entered like this kind of period of like the holiday season?
Yeah, honestly, it's the family in this building, and then it's the family back at home. We all know, like as coaches, like your family makes a lot of sacrifices when you're spending a lot of time in the building. And then at the same token, when you spend time with good people in this building, it's not like coming to work every day. It's you get to know all the quirks that everybody has in the building, and then when you go back home, you bring some of those home, and no, they feel like they get to know them too. So I'm really thankful that those two worlds get to mesh. Even when we're outside of the workplace, we get chances to spend time together. My wife Emily, we met in Seattle, and 2 years later, we're now on our third team. So in the span of dating to being engaged to getting married, we've been in 3 different places. She's already moved twice in the span of less than a year. So just I mean, this is the support you get both at work, making it feel like the people care, knowing that the people truly do care about what you're trying to accomplish, and everyone's trying to march together. But then also back at home, the support that you get when you're not always there, but then you feel it, those precious moments you are at home. So hats off to really just it all feeling like 2 separate families that at times too come together.
All right, and we'll go to Jeff Hawkins next.
Hey, greetings, Coach.
Morning, Jeff.
Hey, I'm going to be focusing on the quarterback's challenge against Mahomes. From an offensive standpoint, do JC and Jackson give the receiver, the quarterback's quality looks on a daily basis in practice?
Sorry, one more time?
Do JC and Jackson give your receivers and quarterbacks quality looks
Absolutely.
during practice?
Absolutely. The structure of our practice incorporates some competition periods where you're not only going against carded looks, and that's a great chance for us to just play fast, right? Play confidence with the technique we were touching on just from the receiver room. You get a chance to go against these corners that are doing really good things on the perimeter, and you don't necessarily know what coverages they're going to play. So for us, we love those competition periods of just a chance to click back into, hey, I got to win my one-on-one matchup against a really good player. So absolutely, they give our guys, work every week, even though it's not, the training camp where you're just going head to head every day.
Hey, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
We have time for a couple more, but we'll go to Mike K next.
Yeah, I figured I'll just monopolize this. Brad, Robert Hunt is like a really outgoing guy. He's also obviously very athletic. From a communication standpoint and then from like a talent standpoint, how does he make your offense work, especially in the run game?
Yeah, the run game is a huge piece of our culture of our team, whether it's offense, defense, special teams. When a big physical run happens or a screen on the perimeter, and you see the offensive line traveling downfield and making big blocks and springing our running backs free, like that's a piece of our culture. And Rob Hunt, like you see it on the toss crack. If you go back and watch the New York Giants film, when Truba almost got in, Rob Hunt is pancaking guys and celebrating during the play and picking his guy up. He does that time and time again. You go back to the Raiders game on the screenplay, that he gets a lot of recognition because he's out. Oh, there he is, out of the box, out in the middle of the field, making big plays for us in the screen game, the run game. Like that stuff invigorates the whole team. You can bet the defense is watching when they see that stuff on the sideline. The guys that are rotating in on offense, like they see it and they say, okay, there's the standard, like playing physical, but then also playing with that juice and that energy, especially as young guys. We talk about as they get more comfortable playing in our system and understanding what we're trying to demand from them schematically, you'll start to see their personalities come to life. And here's a guy who's just confident about winning his one-on-one matchup every week, and his personality is big, right? And we love it. Like we want to embrace all of our players playing with their personality, and that's just a testament to him owning the schemes and the techniques that his coaches are trying to get to him, and Coach Gilbert, Coach Goodwin, and Coach Cacueva. So the more you start to see their personalities come to life, that just for me is a testament to them owning the football piece, and then they just get to play free and play fast.
All right, and we will close with Alex and Cassidy.
Hey, Brad, I'm going to be talking
Alex.
about – hey, what's up, man? I'm talking about another big personality on the team, Jatavian Sanders. A lot has been made of these young pass catchers on your offense, but just generally speaking, what has stood out to you about him so far?
Yeah, he's confident. He's doing natural football adjustments, like when you're running a man-type concept last week in the red zone, and then, boom, they pop out to zone, and he sits in the soft spot as Bryce is scrambling around, and Bryce finds him. So we talk about extending the play, playing beyond the 2.7, right, the time clock of the original play, and continuing to work for the quarterback and find space. He's starting to do those things because he understands his scheme fit. He's trying to get to his spot if it was the coverage that we're expecting, and then boom, let me do the right football thing and react to some sorts of like scramble drills and just making myself available to the quarterback. And you'll see as some of these younger guys start to have these natural reactions, as the plays get extended, all right, Bryce will tend to, okay, let me go find these guys that are consistently trying to give me a surface for a throw. And JT's done a great job at that. You saw the check down the other week with New Orleans, right? How fast can Bryce get that ball out to his check down once the defense is expanding out underneath the deeper routes, right? And then go be special after the catch. The more times that you guys show, we tell our guys all the time, the more times that you show you're going to do something special after the catch, the more apt that quarterback is to get that ball out of his hands, get it into yours, all right, so you can go be special with space.
And that ability to recognize defensive changes during the play, as you kind of alluded to, is that something that he had when he came to the Panthers, or is that something that he's had to hone and kind of like develop here?
No, he definitely had it. You go watch his Texas film, and he does a lot of natural things of just presenting a surface for a throw. And then the after the catch thing is real too. We've seen plenty of it in his college tape. But it just truly comes with the comfort of the scheme. So you're not thinking about essentially, you're not thinking about the line on the page, right? You're not thinking about the drawing of the play. All right, where am I supposed to be? Where did he say my landmark was? Because you've gotten the muscle memory reps of it. So you're just going through that, and now you're getting to the second level, the level 300 version of the play, where now let me react to what the defense is trying to do to take this route, all right, take this concept away, and understand what space do I own within the concept that doesn't get into another man's area while still being able to present myself to the quarterback. So I think it's hats off to, again, like the work that Pat McPherson's doing with those guys and letting them understand these concepts, right? Letting them get all these reps. JT's gotten so many great, valuable reps through training camp with the injuries and the ups and downs in that position room. And then so many live reps in games where he's accumulating this understanding of the scheme. So now he can start to play the level 300 game of, okay, now what's the defense trying to do to take it away, and how can I still get open?
All right.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time. We'll see you later.
Awesome. Thank you.